All right, well, let's check in now with the FullView's Bongi Zwane, who is in KwaZulu-Natal for a special broadcast on the July unrest 1 year on. Bongi, I do believe that you're just outside one of those buildings that were gutted during that unrest. Take us through what we can expect then on the show as we hand over to you.
Good afternoon to you, Flo, and the viewers. Tonight, of course, as you say, we are coming to you live from Springfield Value Centre. This is one of those shopping centres that was not only looted, but it was gutted by a fire flow. And behind me is construction work that continues as, they're trying to get this particular shopping centre up and running. They've set themselves a very, very tight deadline of October to get this particular place, running again. Tonight, Flo, we are going to be going behind the scenes as to what was happening at the time, and also how do you get KZN to be, where it used to be. Because remember, Flo, this is a province that was not only battered by the unrest, at the same time there were devastating floods, which, the death toll now we know stands at 461. We'll be in conversation with the Premier about an update on this. Have we seen, more people being accounted for? Because we do know that there were 23 bodies that had not been accounted for at the time. At the same time, Flo, we're going to be talking to business, the business community about how do they rebuild now? What does it look like? And what conversations are they having with some of the businesses who are not comfortable to come back into this province and invest? So what are some of those conversations that are taking place behind the scenes to ensure that there's job creation? Because a lot of people, Flo, are now at home because they cannot go back to work. There's nowhere to go. So how do they begin then to get this economy back and running? At the same time, we'll be in conversation with the taxi industry, who have also been hardest hit, because if you look at places like this one, it's not only about the shops, but that the taxi industry is very critical to get a lot of people to come to these places. So how have they also been impacted? We'll speak to even some of the activists who are not happy with how some of the money that has been put, in place to try and rebuild a province like this one is not yet utilized, Flo. And people saying that they're also not seeing what is happening on the ground. And we'll then also be in conversation with Flo, with some of those who've been directly impacted, just to get a sense of how, it looks for them when you talk about the process of rebuilding. Because for some of them, Flo, it's not even just about food only, but it's about shelter, because we do know there's quite a lot of them who are still in those community halls who are saying that they just need some kind of decency so they can be able to get proper sanitation facilities and at the same time be able to get food, but also be able to just rebuild and get on with their lives.
All right, Bongi Zwane, thanks very much for that. She's coming to us live from KZN this afternoon, where the FullView is having their special broadcast today on the July unrest 1 year after it all happened. So that will be coming up in just about 15 minutes.